We may all be on hold this year, but the show must go on. Theatre groups, choirs, bands and orchestras all over Wales have been keeping the creative spirit alive all year. And today we're going to the pantomime. Alliance Theatre in Newtown have managed to put together the panto Cinderella. It's online and they're only using a cast of, wait for it, 350 performers. Paul Martin and Tim Parks are on the line. Hello, both.
Good morning. Or, it's afternoon now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Who's that?
This is Tim Parks, the artistic director here.
Hello, Tim. Now, look, how large is the group, the Alliance Theatre?
Now, that's a very interesting question. Two. Me and Paul.
Right, okay. Right.
Yeah, so I'd sort of take care of the creative bits and pieces. Paul helps me make sure that they can happen. So he's the business director, I'm the artistic director, and together over the last couple of years we've done about 8 or so shows. Mm-hmm. And in that time we've collected together a group of people who always tend to do our bits and pieces with us. But they're all volunteers. And this time around, our net got cast a little bit wider.
It certainly did. Paul, can you tell me what the group have been up to so far this year?
So obviously lockdown prevented us from taking part in one of the shows we were preparing for, which is the Wales One Act Play Festival. So we couldn't do that in April. So we decided to start doing little projects using sort of teleconferencing, so Zoom and things like that. And we did a few little bits and bobs, little plays and a puppet show and various ideas that we could come up with. And then in the summer, we had the idea of doing a Shakespeare play, which we called Shakespeare ONeLINE, which was 50 people with one line each. And everyone had to record it on their phone. And they knew they had their line and they did it anywhere they wanted. And we spliced them all together to make the story.
We should point out that this was just one speech, not a whole play.
Okay, fair enough. So where did the ambitious idea of a pantomime come from then, you two?
It came straight from Shakespeare. Having done that, we thought, how can we do something that...
How do we go bigger and better?
Right, so where did you get your performers from? Because I've just read out that there are 350 of them. How did you get hold of all these people?
He put a call out on social media and asked people if they were interested in getting involved. And we contacted drama schools and theatre groups and universities and anywhere where we knew there were people interested in drama. And they started getting in touch with us. And they came from all around the world. We just started getting emails from people saying, I'd like to be in it. They could see the Shakespeare, so they could get a sort of rough idea of what they had to do. And then it just went from there. And it just grew and grew and grew until we had... more than we could handle, to be honest. 350 is a lot of people. We went from there. So we then had to send them, Tim wrote a script and adapted it to suit the class that we had. And we sent them all their lines and asked them to record their line in costume in front of a blank screen, a wall or something, on their mobile phones and send their little performance into us.
Tim, so how long did it take to stitch? Because that's a lot of recordings. How long did it take you to stitch all of that together?
Now it is a lot. I mean, we estimate it's been over 1,000 videos that have come in to try and get the whole thing together. We've been working at it in total for 3 months, from conception to putting up on YouTube was 3 months. But it's worth mentioning at this point that we actually brought in another chap called James Rogers. And he is the technical wizard behind it all, in as much as Paul collated all the clips together. I went through them and made sure they were people saying the right thing in the right places and passed them on to Jimbo. And basically, he has individually cut out every single performer from their background and put them into the Cinderella world that we've created. And I know that over the past month and a half, 2 months, he's had a few late nights trying to get them all done.
I think that is so impressive that you have done this, and it's taken an absolute age, but it's Well, it's proof that the show must go on. Now, Paul, where can people see this? I mean, we have to see this finished performance. There's so much work gone into it.
It's a 90-minute pantomime. It's the full thing. And it's available on our website, alliancetheatre.co.uk. And it's right at the top. And it's free to watch. There's no obligation, and people can just enjoy it and have fun watching different people performing. We have something like 70 Cinderellas. We've got about 90 Ugly Sisters, about 50 different fairy godmothers. It's a huge number of people all changing, and they morph from one to another.
90 Ugly Sisters. Watch out, everybody. We're coming for you. Can I ask you, Tim, were you surprised at the response to your plea for performers?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we thought, we got 50 people. We managed to persuade 50 people to do the Shakespeare. We thought maybe we'd get 100 people to do the panto. And so I structured, I worked with a chap called Russ Kennedy to get an idea for a script together for that. And we thought that's the many people we would get. And then it grew exponentially. Paul said, we've got an email from America. We've got emails from South Africa. We've got emails from the Czech Republic. We've got people from Australia wanting to be in this. And I'm like, I need to make the script bigger. And so I had to expand the script to fit the number of people who wanted to be in it. And it grew and grew and grew. And that was really amazing. But even more amazing than that was when we put the panto live at 5 on Christmas Eve, and we watched the views just rocket up. It was crazy. It made me, and I know Paul as well, we were so proud to have produced something that people wanted to watch. And the figures just kept rocketing up. And then the few hours after it went live, it was amazing. That's
because everybody loves a panto at Christmas time. We all know that. It sounds like you guys have got a good one. Paul, what have you guys got planned now for 2021?
So now we're trying to think what we can do using this sort of technology, because we've learned an awful lot from this about working with new ideas. And this is a really innovative idea. No, I don't think anyone's done something like this before, because we're using people's own mobile phones to record their performances. And we wanted to see if we can take that a little bit further now and see if we can do a proper, a play, more directed play. Obviously, with this situation, we couldn't really direct anyone, so Tim couldn't really tell people how to perform. And what made it particularly funny for them is they didn't know where their line fitted in. So they just had a line, and they had to decide how to do it. So the next thing we'd like to do now is try and do a play where they get some proper direction and maybe a smaller cast. Something that, but again, using the same sort of technology, maybe using green screen. We send people green screen so that it'd be easy to cut them out, and just take it a bit further, see what we can do to make it bigger and better.
It sounds like you're going from strength to strength. Thank you so much. We have to hear them in action. Here are the many, many, many talents brought together by Alliance Theatre in Newtown. It's Cinderella. Oh, yes, it is.
I'm going to marry the prince! I'm going to marry the prince! I'm going to marry the prince!
Oh, no, you're not!
Oh, yes, I am!
Oh, yes,
I am! Now, stop that, all of you. Girls, go and commence your prettifying preparations.
We have a big night ahead of us. Ah, Cinderella, where do you think you're going?
To get ready for the ball, stepmother. I checked the invitation.
It said that the prince wishes to invite all eligible ladies in the home.
Yes, exactly. You are neither eligible nor a lady. You won't be going to the ball.
There we have it. The Newtown Cinderella, thanks to Paul and Tim from Alliance Theatre in Newtown. To see the whole performance, go to alliancetheatre.co.uk. And if you have a choir, a band or a theatre group keeping the show going, let Wynne know. You can email wynne@bbc.co.uk.